After the brawl with Hyperion, they revive Heather and bring her to the new infirmary, where Calvin and Morph are barely alive. Heather does what she can, but she needs help, so she sends Beak to retrieve a version of Dr. Strange who remained a surgeon, specializing in superbeings. He finds a treatment for Morph, but nothing for Calvin, whose metal form is keeping him alive and slowly regenerating, but he'll lose control of it before he can recover. Thus, they put him in the stasis wall while they search for a cure. They use the Panoptichron's database to search realities, finally locating one where Dr. Connor's healing serum actually worked, which seems their best shot. They also announce their intentions to return to their realities as soon as everyone is healed or put back, including the other heroes in the stasis wall, and then destroy the center to ensure nobody can ever abuse it again. However, recovering Morph argues that there are still many damaged universes out there that will fail if they don't help, so they'll complete their assignments until everything is righted, starting with returning Mariko to the Vlock world to be properly buried in the presence of her girlfriend Mary Jane. They then make their way to Connor's universe, a world where scientists battle giant monsters, including the one they just discovered, the living island Krakoa. Blink, Morph, and Sabretooth arrive just in time to save them, while Heather back at base feeds them information about Krakoa. At the scientists' headquarters, they explain that the giant monsters are effectively part of the Earth's bloodstream, with antigens like Krakoa emerging to prevent major damage from ecological destruction and from monsters dubbed pathogens, which they theorize Krakoa has awakened to combat, which is confirmed as Fin Fang Foom emerges in Japan, killing a nearby tourist family. The science squad lure Krakoa towards Fin Fang Foom, but as they wait for the two kaiju to begin battle, they distract the pathogen by combining their ships into a giant transforming robot. They put up a good fight, but the monster destroys them, Blink barely managing to get the crew out before the robot is torn apart. Blink then teleports onto Fin Fang Foom's snout, introducing herself as his magical companion fairy and pointing out that Krakoa is coming his way, which he goes off to meet. Meanwhile, Strange wants to do an autopsy on one of the deceased heroes when he discovers that the Weapon X Deadpool has fully healed, and they can possibly use his ability to save Calvin. He unknowingly releases Deadpool, who responds by snapping his neck. Deadpool then storms the command center and takes Heather hostage, forcing her to tell him the truth of the Panoptichron, then begins to free the surviving Weapon X team to take it over. Beak tells the Sovereign to free Calvin, who Heather and Deadpool find unconscious as they release She-Hulk from stasis, but as they talk and catch up, they give Calvin enough time to absorb Deadpool's powerful regenerative abilities that completely restore him. They begin to fight, but She-Hulk has had enough of everything, killing Deadpool and simply requesting they send her back to her reality, which they do. Blink's team returns from the monster world, where they announce that Fin Fang Foom was devoured by Krakoa, who then return to dormancy as they present the healing serum, which Calvin accepts as Deadpool's ability leaves his complexion mutilated. They also decide to send Beak home, his assistance no longer needed, just as soon as they can find it again.